Hello everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside, and as promised I thought I would do a review, well not a review, a setting up of the Z21 on my iPad. Now once you've got the app installed on the iPad, I think that's fairly obvious how you do that. So it's not really just the iPad, it's any tablet or phone. Then you have to go through a series of procedures to configure whatever you're trying to configure, be it a locomotive or a set of points or whatever. So I guess the first thing really is to see how we configure a locomotive. So that's getting the address in, and also any sound, if the loco has got sound on it. So unbelievably, I came up to Lakeside today and I found that sitting on the track up in the terminus. So there is another one to do, which is handy for the video, but it does mean that I've got to configure this. So let's go ahead and do this in a very simple way. I'll put in just a couple of sounds. This has got sound on it. I'll put in a couple of sounds for now. I won't do the whole lot. But it'll give you an idea of the process which you need to go through. So I've got it sitting on my programming track. I never do anything on the main track for just safety reasons, really, because you know, I've been taught that doing it on the main track is a little bit dangerous because you can affect other locos which you've got sitting on there, which I have. I've got a couple of trains sitting on there. So I'll always do things on the programming track just for safety measure. So the Z21 here, that is now got the programming track plugged into the back of it. You've got several ports on the back, one for programming, one for mainline, and a few others as well, which I won't go into on this video. I may have to do this video in 2 shots, because I don't want this to go for more than 20 minutes at a go, really. So let's crack on. So that's the home screen which you will get, and you will see there's quite a few different settings you can go on to. Those two there, export and import, they are the two which I use for exporting the data from here and then importing it over to the iPhone as a backup. And also on the export you do have the option of emailing a file which you can also then use as a backup as well. So there's various means and ways of backing up all the information on the Z21. Those two down there, the app settings and the Z21 settings, that's fairly obvious what they are. The layout, railroad layout, is something which you can choose different names for different layouts, if you like. So I could call this, which I have called it, Lakeside 1. And I could have Lakeside 2, Lakeside 3, and that way you can then configure different areas or different parts of the layout, choosing different locomotives. So that's quite a handy feature to have. Up here you've got railed vehicle settings, so that is the one we'll be using to begin with. Track control settings, obviously, for anything to do with points, signals, etc. on the track, and CV programming. Now CV programming is really where you start off by configuring the locomotive. So that's putting in the address and any sounds. The driver's cab management, that is for, you've probably seen it on Hover Motion's channel, where he's got the camera on the locomotive. Very similar to a cam truck type thing, but it's actually installed within the locomotive, and it's very, very good too. Info is just really info about the whole Z21 environment, the version it's running, etc., etc. So all we have to do is initially, for programming a Loco, we go to CV programming. So we touch that, and you are brought up with several windows. Now the only one we're interested in at the moment is this one here. So it's the Loco Address. So the first thing we do is that we read the existing decoder. So let's go read. It's waiting for the response, and it's come up with a address of 42. Now I want to change that to 59. So for my purposes, let's change that and put in 59 and then program. And there we have it. So now that locomotive has now been changed to the address of 59. So we can now come out of this. So we just go back and we go to railed vehicles and settings. Now this is where you enter all your locomotives. So what we have to do, and you can see how many are listed there at the moment, and if I swipe up you can see that there's quite a few. So I've now chosen 59, which is the next steamer. 58 is the class 4 IVET. So 59 is my next one, which is going to be the Bittern over there. So I'll go and hit the plus sign, and it says add loco, add loco, wagon, train, accessory, demo loco, camera loco. So I'm going to hit loco, and then over here it's got new loco, and it always defaults to number 3. So we need to change that and delete that and put in 59, and we'll change new loco and we'll put in that. A4 Bittern. Let's put a space in there, and then you go down, and if you press this you get the option to take a photograph of the loco. Well, I won't bother with that at the moment, so we will just go OK for that. So that is in. So if we go back and go to rail settings, if we go down we should have at the very bottom, here we go, now that's been entered, number 59, so that's the address of 59, A4 Bittern. So now, because I've highlighted it, it now shows up as A4 Bittern 59. So this here is where you put all your accessories as regards the loco, so light, sound, etc. And it's very easy. All you do is you press the first one and it comes up and it gives you 3 things to choose from, and on this side it's the actual function of what the function is going to be coded in. Over here is the address, so it's 0 at the moment, and normally 0 is lights. Well, I haven't got any lights on the Bittern as yet, so I can ignore that, but I have got sound. So if I scroll up, so it's on 1, I can then scroll here till I get the loudspeaker. Take that off. Where are we? Loudspeaker. There we go. Loudspeaker, and then I have the option to test to make sure that is the right one. You can hear the sound on that. So turn the test off. Then I can go back to here and come out, and then you can see up here it's put in the icon for the sound. So let's do number 2, which is normally going to be horn, probably, but we can test it first. So move that on to 2. Yeah. So that's the horn. So we can then scroll up here to find the horn icon, which is there. So it's either the horn or the whistle, but it's more of the whistle. So we'll put the whistle in. And then we go back to here and come off, go back in, and now you see you've got the whistle. Now I'm pretty sure that F3 is going to be a different version, so let's go in and do number 3, test it. Yep, so again we can put the whistle in on this side, and then we can come back and go back in. So now we've got 3 functions for the sound, and you just keep going like that to put in all the sounds you want. Now me personally, what I've been doing with all these is just to put in the sounds you want. A lot of these decoders have 12 onwards of functions, and to be honest with you, I don't know about you, but I never ever use all the functions. I put them in, or have been putting them in, but I never use them. So I've just been putting in the functions which I would use, and that's obviously entirely up to you. You can put them all in, or you can put as many as you want in. It really is down to you. So now we should have the bitten now in the list. Now at the moment, as you can see, it's right at the very bottom of the list because that was the last one to be entered, but I really want number 59 up underneath 58 on this particular occasion. What I will be doing is listing these differently in turn of steamers and then alphabetically. So for instance, all the HSTs, which you can see there, here, there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 HSTs, but because I put them in at different intervals, they've obviously come down according to their address number. But I will change that, so I've got all the HSTs in one block, and I've got the class 350s in another block, and so forth. But now I've done all the coding, I can now do that. So let's bring this up to underneath 58. So we go up here and go to edit, and you'll see it's changed where we've got a delete sign here, and we've got a little icon at the side here with 3 lines. So if you touch that, you can then drag it and keep scrolling up. And there's 58 just there, so I can slot it in there. So now my new one, 59 A4 bitten, is under 58, the class I4 IVET. Then go done, and that's it. That's all there is to configuring a Loco. So all we need to do now is go back, and then if we go to the triangle, that's your go button, if you like, to the main area, and that's when you then choose your Loco. So in this case we want to go and choose the bitten. So there's a little tab just here, if you can see a little central tab there. If you pull that up, you then get a list of all the locomotives in order, which is the important bit, the order you put them in. And in this case we know it's the order of the address. And so 59, which is the bitten, is underneath or next to 58, 57, 56 and so forth. So now if we click on that, we've now got the A4 bitten, which is now running or ready to run. So if I just touch here, she's now moving. So that, it's as quick as that to code in or configure a locomotive on the Z21. Now alongside here is the track, part of the track plan, and that is for all the points of the, in this case, the TMD, which is there. And all you do for that is, which I'll do in a separate video because this is 15 minutes already, so I will do the track layout on a second video. I'll just pop the bitten on the track just so you can see it running a little bit, and I'll come back. Okay, so bye for now. Hello again. Right, so now we're ready for running. So I've got the bitten over this side and I've got the Desiro over on this side. So I've got two actually over there. So I can't take the bitten all the way around at the moment, but all you need to worry about at the moment is just actually seeing them run. So I can start off this Desiro over there. So you can see her running around. So that's a complete loop, and then over on this side I can then start off on the bitten. Let's stop with 0. Then we can reverse the bitten and bring her back. And really for the functions it's just that. Very, very simple. And of course you can get lovely, lovely, lovely slow motions with this. And there you go. So that's really the first part of the video. I'm going to have to go to 2 or maybe even 3 because the track can be a little bit time consuming trying to show somebody, put it that way. It's not in practice, but if you're trying to show somebody it might be a little bit time consuming. So I will close this down and do another video either later on today or tomorrow for the adding accessories like the points. And it's very, very easy. Just a couple of things to remember on it, and that's all. But a fabulous operating system, it really is. So that's it for now, and if I get time today I will do the part 2 video of this, but hopefully that's given you an insight into configuring a loco on the Z21. In the meantime I'm going to bring that round and give that a clean and an overhaul because that was stuttering a little bit. So that hopefully, so that's 93 locos now rather than 92. I couldn't believe it when I came up here this morning and saw that sitting. I thought, how the hell could I miss that? But I did. Anyway, that's my problem. Okay, so I will catch you again in the next video. So bye for now. Bye.